So, today I'm going to be talking about something really vulnerable. I don't really usually share like this, but I've been called to I feel like some of the things that I should be talking about should be some of the most vulnerable aspects of what it means to be me, to be a mom, to be an entrepreneur, to be a woman of a certain age. And so today we begin that journey. I'm going to talk to you about redefining your worth, especially when you're on a journey of transition and growth, and how that can impact your acceptance of yourself. So stick around and watch my podcasts. Also, of note, I normally do my podcasts as an audio, and today I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, and we are recording all the things you see, all the stuff behind me. It just is what it is. But that's part of the vulnerability thing, right? Get out of your comfort zone. And as I like to say, do it scared. So here you go. Hope you love it. See you soon. Oh boy, it has definitely been a while, I will say. I don't think I've recorded a podcast since September of 2023, and this is second week of January 2024. But welcome back to the Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast. It's a sacred space and sanctuary where we get to talk about the things we may not normally share with others and elevate our divine essence and unlock our untapped potential. I'm your host, Shirley Brooks, and today we're diving into redefining our worth, a journey of transition, growth, and self-acceptance. I need to get you guys caught up on my life this far. So grab your favorite cup of whatever you drink that makes you feel happy and relaxed, your journal in case I say something that resonates with you, and your go-to headphones, and let's get off on this authentically vulnerable journey together. Sit in a cozy spot or reposition your work chair. Let's get started. So I don't have as many moments as you might be used to. We're just going to have a pink moment. And the pink moment is going to come from my semi-pink Bible, the Passion Translation to be specific. And we're just going to get right into this journey with some inspiration from the Bible. All right. I find comfort and strength in these words myself. This is from Psalms chapter 46, verse 10. And depending on what version you're reading, it might simply say, "Be still and know that I am God, and I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." But reading it straight from the Passion Translation, I thought would be helpful toward what we're talking about today. It says, surrender your anxiety, let go, relax, be still and realize that I am God. I am God above all the nations, and I'm exalted throughout the whole earth. Here he stands, the commander. The mighty Lord of angel armies is on our side. The God of Jacob fights for us. I read the rest of it because of that specific part right there. That verse reminds us to pause and to be still amidst the turmoil and the uncertainties that life often presents. It invites us to surrender our fears and anxieties and trust in a divine plan that is greater than our worries and bigger than our burdens. And know that God, who is infinite in resources and power, is fighting our battles for us. So I wanted to share that before we got started to kind of give you an idea of the direction that I'm going in today. Again, this is definitely me being very vulnerable, honest about what life has been like as an entrepreneur. So, dear ladies, let the scripture be an affirmation to you, a gentle reminder that in the grand scheme of things, our worth is not defined by the numbers on our paycheck. You'll see why I said paycheck shortly. And our worth is inherent. Our value is immeasurable in the eyes of our Creator. And more than likely, it is so in the eyes of a lot of people that we feel like we owe ourselves to. All right. Hello. especially if you're over 40. Welcome, but actually, every woman is welcome. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the demands of work, or if you find yourself questioning your worth beyond financial contributions, today you are in the right place. I am just 3 months away from hitting a full year of being laid off and becoming a full-time entrepreneur. It's not been all unicorns and rainbows the way that people on social media would make you believe entrepreneurship is, but it's my journey and I'm here to share it with you. Throughout this journey, I have realized that I wasn't charging my worth. That's one thing I've learned so far. And it makes you feel like you're letting your family down when you do that. And I feel like that in a big way. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. There is, though, a silver lining. This realization has led me to slow down and actually prioritize my family and my self-care and my personal growth, and to surrender my anxieties to God. So we're going to go deeper into that. If you haven't grabbed your coffee or whatever drink makes you feel good and gotten comfy yet, so we can explore this journey together, go ahead and grab it. I want to start with the importance of slowing down and enjoying life. If you remember when you were young, we thought the answer to everything was working hard and working fast. How many of you was that? That was me. I'm here to tell you it's not. As I have transitioned from being able to contribute at least 50, 60% to just like 10% of our household income, I realized the importance of slowing down, enjoying my husband, enjoying my son, and even time with myself. And it's so easy to get caught in the hustle and bustle of life. But the truth is, we often forget the most important things, which is our loved ones and our health and our peace of mind. And yes, ladies, we are more than just breadwinners. We are wives, we are mothers, we are daughters and friends, and our worth goes beyond our paychecks. Speaking of paychecks, you kind of need that to maintain your lifestyle. I mean, I know for me specifically, we have things like my son's private school, we have our mortgage, we have our car note, we have his quarterback training, we have my husband's cost of running his trucking business, the cost of running my business. Imagine having all of that and losing 50 to 60% of the finances you normally have coming in to cover all of that. That household income being gone can take a toll on your pockets, your pride, and your faith. But you can't do anything but accept it and surrender to God when you've tapped all of your personal resources. Speaking of surrendering to God and trusting His plan, that's not an easy thing to do. Trusting in God's plan and provision is very hard, not gonna lie. But I want you to know it's okay to lean on Him, and it's okay to admit that we can't do it all. It's in these moments of surrender that we find peace and strength. Somehow, in all this time, God has been so good to us and really showed how I was trusting my job more than Him. Raise your hand if you've been guilty. But that I can trust Him no matter what. And as I learned to trust God, I also learned to trust my husband. I did have to work on both. I also had to work on how I saw my value as a contributor, or the lack thereof. Many days I cried, and some days I still do, about the reduced freedom I've experienced when it comes to making financial decisions, or being able to help my husband feel less of the burden of carrying our household. It's like my literal hands have been tied. But my husband and my son and God have always reminded me that I'm more than a paycheck. So ladies, from me to you, and from me to me, remember that our worth is not just about our financial contributions, but also about our purpose and fulfillment in other areas of life. And it also comes to a point where you start to learn like who's in your corner. When you sometimes are down, you need a reminder of who's there for you. And I've gotten a lot of reminders of who those people are, and I'm grateful for them. So now let's talk about self-acceptance and redefining our worth. Self-acceptance is easier said than done, isn't it? But as I journey through this transitional phase, I'm learning to love myself beyond the money I could contribute to our household. I'm learning to see my value from my emotional contributions, my relationships, and my personal growth. Ladies, I want you to know you are worth more than what's in your bank account. Your skills and expertise are valuable. If you're an entrepreneur, I don't care how new you are, you should charge what you're worth. I'm learning that the hard way. Charge what you're worth. Redefining your worth is not about diminishing your financial contributions. It's about understanding the many other ways you contribute to your life and the lives of those around you. And even when it comes to your business, the things that you contribute to other people's businesses. If you're like me and you're a coach or some type of service provider, think about what the people you serve are not able to do if they don't have you and what it costs them, and what they are able to do when they do have you. What they're able to accomplish is priceless. What they're able to accomplish is more than even what they pay you when they pay you what you feel like you're worth. It's exponential because when you leave, they still are going to be able to live off of the residual of what you've contributed to their life or their business. So charge your worth. And if you're going up for a job, ask for your worth. Let's talk about reinventing yourself and embracing change. Change can be scary, but it is also an opportunity for growth. It's a chance to evaluate your skills, explore new passions, and reinvent ourselves. And remember, this journey is not about becoming someone else. It's about discovering who you truly are and embracing the beauty of your unique journey. And I can tell you that by experience. There are so many things that I didn't realize that I was capable of. I'm remembering the things that I love to do. I'm learning more about things about me that I value and honor, that I no longer like, even if I were to be inserted into a corporate space again, that I don't think I would allow to be compromised anymore. I'm learning more about the things I value about just my family life, that if thrown into a space where, whether it's corporate or my business, that I desire to not have to deal with and that I desire to have. And sometimes we end up in a space where we don't have time to consider that. So I'm grateful for this time of transition to be able to really understand who I want to be in this next half of my life. Half and some change because I'm 44. So I'm trying to be here till I'm at least 115. Anywho, I just want you to know that when you come into this space, I want this to be a place of empowerment for you, especially if you're in a space of transition like I am. And transition could be anything. Transition from a job, transition from a big client base to a lower, right? Transition from knowing that I no longer want to do this aspect of my business anymore. How do I pivot? Transition from divorce, transition, you might be about to become an empty nester. I will be an empty nester in a year and some change. That's a whole nother transition I'm about to have to go through. I'm not looking forward to, but our children have to grow up and go into the world, right? Anyway, I want this channel going forward to be a space where women in transitional spaces, just like you and me, can find answers, guidance, and support. Sharing my experiences and lessons is not just about telling my story, but it's about empowering you to navigate your own journey with confidence and grace. Remember, it's okay to prioritize your well-being and your happiness. It's okay to find your worth beyond your financial contributions. You are not alone in this journey, and together we can redefine what it means to be a woman of a certain age and a woman in transition. So in conclusion, I just want to say that this journey of transition, growth, and self-acceptance, it is not always easy. But remember, you are not alone. I hope my story today has inspired you to embrace change, redefine your worth, and prioritize your well-being. And speaking of well-being and self-care, I do have a really fantastic tool that is called the Mystic Moon Soulful Self-Care for the Modern Woman. And it's a transformative journey towards self-discovery and empowerment. And this tool includes a Soulful Serenity Journal. This is all digital. A mindfulness desk calendar, a 9-part meditation series, and some digital affirmation cards, as well as a resilience guidebook. It's perfect for you if you are a coach, a solopreneur, any female in leadership. If you're just a busy mom, anyone just like me, this is perfect for you. You can get it at bit.ly/YSWS Mystic, MYSTIC, Moon, MOON, self care. And there will be a link in the description for you to get it there as well. But thank you so much for this time that you spent with me. And if you did enjoy what we talked about today and you want to do more talking about things just like this in the future or hear more things like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join this community I'm building of amazing women navigating life's transitions. And I just want you to remember that no matter what, you are worth it. So charge your worth and know your worth. See you next time. Bye. You're gone. All right, cool beans. I'm going to start my podcast now.